The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Talkin Cowboys. Streaming live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco.
C.D. Lamb, touchdown.
End zone, Jake Ferguson. Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
And now your hosts, Isaiah Stanback, Patrik Walker, Josh Rodriguez, and Kyle Youmans.
It's a terrific Thursday edition of Talkin Cowboys presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company, live from the Star in Frisco, Texas, and the SWBC Studios. Welcome in, everybody. We've got Patrik Walker, Josh Rodriguez, Isaiah Stanback, Chris Beam in the back. I'm Kyle Youmans. So glad you're with us. Welcome in, everyone. It is week 7.
It is.
We are closing in on the halfway point of this NFL season.
Kyle, you guys have koi energy today, man.
What was that?
You guys have koi energy today.
You think it's Koi Patrik, Koi Kyle, Koi Josh?
I feel like the coyness going on. I'm not sure I like it.
Why is that? Why would you say that?
I'm just telling you what I feel.
You're referring to.
Very coy.
Very coy. What the heck's going on?
I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
You tell me.
We got something for that.
Oh, that was crisp. That was a good one.
Black Rifle
Something
Coffee.
Black Rifle Coffee supplying us with all sorts of energy this morning.
Get you some.
Oh, yeah.
Are we canceling out the koi today?
Cancel the Koi.
Cancel
Cancel
koi.
koi.
Let's
Hashtag
see.
cancel the Koi.
You're ready since you're ready. Pop top early. Okay.
Yeah.
And we got a call for all Cowboys.
We doing all three?
Yeah.
One,
One,
I
two.
already popped.
Oh,
That was crisp.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna sip this one today.
Yeah.
I'm sipping this one.
Not going
look
to
at
chug
you.
all 200 milligrams of caffeine.
I'm gonna match y'all's energy today.
What you sipping on? I do not know.
I was going to go back further than that.
So on
Showed it yesterday.
That's what I was at.
we did it yesterday, and someone commented, Kyle has no idea what that song is.
No, I didn't. But he did show it to me. So
You always
it's
know
fine.
what Kyle doesn't know. Kyle does this.
Yeah, he's just kind of looking
Looks
around.
around.
I make the same face every time that I don't get a reference. And so everybody that's ever watched the show previously is like, yep, he doesn't get it. Like,
I don't even know. I
Hey.
do not know that reference.
We're gonna cheers to canceling the koi.
cheers. Stay with your
Actually,
chest
You know
on
why?
Thursday.
I would love to, but I disagree entirely.
No.
I'm going to be coy today.
No. You know what?
Do you know why?
Why?
It's a defensive preview.
Oh. You know how I can get you out of your coyness?
Why is that?
You know how I can get you out of that, Josh?
Making some adjustments?
Some of these news and notes are going to get you out of your coyness.
He pulled a Kyle Youmans.
That was good. Well done,
He
dude.
pulled a Kyle Youmans. All right. News and notes. First of all, let's start with the good news. Literally no DNPs from Wednesday's practice.
What was that?
None.
Wait.
0. Every single person who's on the active roster practiced
What?
some capacity yesterday.
Guys, let's do a collective thumbnail for Zach. All right.
What?
So, absolutely. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Wow. First time in. I don't even.
All right.
You can't even say like week
I mean,
one.
just last week, couple weeks ago, last 2 weeks, I should say. I mean, this thing looked like a mass unit. So yeah,
unbelievable.
Everyone who is on the active roster.
Tyler Booker?
Tyler Booker limited yesterday with his ankle.
C.D. Lamb?
Yep, CeeDee Lamb limited yesterday.
Cavante Turpin?
Absolutely,
Johnny Cornelius?
that is correct.
Marshawn Nealon?
Yes, sir.
What about, there's no way Donovan
Seatbelt?
Wilson practiced.
He did
What about Kalen Carson?
and did.
James
Full.
Houston? That's James Houston?
That's James Houston. Yep, full.
Oh.
Who else you got? I'll do you one better. Deron Bland isn't even on the injury report anymore.
Oh! Is Trayvon Diggs on the injury report?
Trayvon Diggs, yes, but he was a full participant.
Oh, okay. So
No
that's
issues
good.
there. He's fine.
Nice.
Jonathan Mango, he was a participant, limited capacity. Curious to see which one of those guys, because I know that earlier in the week the front office said that they were looking to activate both of them from the 21-day practice window as early as this week. They made one move yesterday in waiving the day before, waiving Jalen Cropper, who, by the way, is back on the practice squad.
Gotcha.
He cleared waivers. Got him. That being said, you still only have one spot. And if you're going to bring back
Spot where?
on the 53.
Okay.
And that being said, with Kalen Carson being full for the past several practices, I feel like that's going to be the most certain activation. Does make me wonder about Jonathan Mango, because initially he started out as full.
Right.
He was downgraded to limited because he has some soreness in his knee, as told by Brian Schottenheimer. He's still not back at full yet. He's practicing, but he's not back at full capacity just yet. So I feel like Kalen Carson will be activated to the 53-man roster, and maybe another week for Jonathan Mingo, but they got to make a decision on him by Wednesday. It has to be made by Wednesday of next week.
Can I make a bold prediction on the status of Kalen Carson this
Say
week?
it with your chest on a Thursday.
I am almost positive, just personally, from I don't know anything, so
Okay.
this is just
an opinion.
a gut feeling,
Thomas.
if you will. I bet you Kyer Elam is inactive in place of Kalen Carson this week.
Wow.
When you look at Kyer Elam's snaps have significantly decreased over the last 3 weeks.
I don't know if that's bold, though. I agree, but I don't know if it's bold.
That Kyer Elam is inactive?
Yeah, because somebody's going to be inactive for Kalen Carson to get some run on the game day roster, and Kyer Elam makes the most sense, really, because it's not going to be Reddy Stewart. It's not going to be Deron or
It's
Trey.
bold for me, okay?
Well, remember there is like
It's italicized.
there will need to be a move at some point in order to get Carson and Mingo on the roster. You've got one spot open right now.
2 guys.
So you can, and with 2 guys on their way back from their practice window. So one guy can be active this week, and so that might be Kalen Carson.
Kalen Carson, yep.
And then the other guy, and Jonathan Mingo, might be a next week thing, and then you wait a week just to see if there's any sort of conversation with injuries. God forbid somebody
See if you
goes
come out
down.
Sunday with another injury.
Somebody has an IR stint on the way, and then you put them to IR, and then there's that open roster
2
spot.
guys in one spot. It's not good.
It's not good, but I tell you what, the big news is like you mentioned, is CD back? Yes. Is Kevontae Turpin back? Yes. Is Tyler Booker back?
Is he?
Yes.
Wow.
So those 3 guys all are trending toward returning to the field against the Washington Commanders. The lead horse in that is obviously CeeDee Lamb. Shotty said yesterday, if CeeDee Lamb is breathing in yesterday's practice, he's playing.
I loved it
on
when he
Sunday.
said that.
That was just the best.
Because I believe, what was it, Todd Archer's question? I don't want to
He
get...
said, what does he have to do?
Yeah,
It was
what does he
Todd.
have to do? And he said, as long as he's breathing.
He's breathing. He's like, I'm good as long as he's breathing.
And he
I'm
did. He
good.
did clarify. He said, "I'm making light of it because we are so confident that he is going to get back in the fold." And sure enough, he was out there. His real answer to that question was run around, run a couple routes, look solid, and catch a couple footballs, and you're good. And he looked like that yesterday. He even showed it in the media portion. He was
On
running
purpose.
routes, and I'm guaranteeing
by
it was on purpose.
They said
Guaranteed.
RAFO, run around and find out.
And he certainly did. He ran around, and we found out.
That was good right there.
We got an Isaiah.
I have a question.
Yes, Isaiah.
Kyle, I know you didn't grow up in the hood, but in the hood,
Oh, he'd be sipping.
in the hood, we had these guys that were usually on drugs called crackheads, and
You would know being
and,
from the
yeah,
crack house.
crack-
Just for
yeah,
reference,
yeah,
we call them crackheads.
And crackheads.
So crack users are called crackheads.
saw
Where are we going
Listen,
with
I'm
this?
getting there. The crackheads saw opportunities whenever there was a window that was open.
Pookie.
Right, but window
Pookie
was
from
open. If you guys haven't seen Friday,
Yeah,
right?
Tebow,
Ezel.
a couple guys.
Ezel, right? So Ezel see a
Never
window,
seen
he
that
sees a
time.
window open, he's going in. It's an opportunity to go get something, okay, that you really want. Speaking of windows being open, I'm hearing murmurs
Okay.
Murmurs?
of a certain individual that there may or may not in the coming weeks might be a window that's opened.
Speak on it.
I would like for you to speak on it.
You're
sir.
the one
the
that
expert.
say you're hearing the murmurs.
You're the expert. You
We're
know what I'm
all-
talking about.
We're all the experts. here,
Agent
my
Zero.
friend.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
I mean, you could have easily been talking about Perrion Winfrey. You really could have.
Him too. His video was awesome.
Yeah. TBD on Perrion Winfrey. I know a lot of fans are asking about Perrion Winfrey, but no update.
He was out there.
Hey, what's
yesterday.
happening to prepare on Winfrey?
He's making progress, but we don't have a timeline for him.
Okay, thank you.
Same for Savone Revel. I know fans are asking about him as well. DeMarvion Overshown, he is headed back, so he could see his practice window opened as early as next week. So Shotty said he said either next week or the next couple of weeks or so. So I fully expect that DeMarvion Overshown's window will be open before the calendar flips to November.
And his original date that he had circled to come back was Thanksgiving.
Correct.
So he's ahead of schedule.
By a little bit. But I mean, even if it's open next week, you think about next
has
week.
3 weeks.
You got 21
You got the bye
days
week.
there,
Yeah.
so it's getting right up to that week before
So
Thanksgiving.
it's looking like he's on track for Thanksgiving.
on
He is
track
on
is probably.
And they're going to
a better way.
they're going to factor in the bye week and everything into everything is going to go into that decision. But soon arrives or returns DeMarvion Overshown.
And to be fair, and I had a discussion with Big Nate about this, Large Nathaniel, if you will.
Large Nathaniel.
Large Nathaniel. We're talking in the lunchroom and the worst, man. Talking about Overshown, and Basically, just kind of a devil's advocate way to look at it. It's a kind of a negative aspect on it where it's like you can't expect DeMarvion
To be the same dude.
to be the same dude, one, coming back from an injury like that again, and then to fix this defense.
No.
You can't expect
That's not
that.
But it's a step in the right direction.
It's a step in the right direction, but
excited for
I
his
want to
journey.
collectively say for Talkin Cowboys,
Correct.
we're not saying
No.
DeMarvion Overshown in this offense, the worst, or in this defense, the worst defense in the league currently, is not going to make matters a whole lot better than you currently
Do I need a
have it.
sign? Do I need to make a sign?
Go make a sign,
I'll
man.
make a sign for when Demo comes
This
back.
does not imply.
This does not imply
The
DeMarvion
defense is going from
Overshown.
32nd to first.
Right. We'll take it to top one. one.
But you certainly want him on the field.
I am excited for his journey.
Yes.
For somebody who has had their seasons taken from them numerous times, I'm excited for his journey. Like I genuinely want to see. He's a good dude with great energy, great work ethic, huge impact when he's on the field. Looking forward to seeing him get back in the fold and adding to this defense. And as we talk about the defense, getting ready to talk about defense versus their offense,
Yeah.
this defense has to change.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and I can't imagine that you go into a game against the Washington Commanders and execute the same game plan that you've been going into every game with. I can't foresee that.
Yeah, I'm also going to go ahead and see. I'm going to see you that. I'm going to raise you one.
Yeah.
Even if we will grant grace to DeMarvion Overshown to when he returns, as far as getting ramped
There
up
needs
and
to
getting
be a
back up.
significant
Absolutely.
amount. Yeah.
But DeMarvion Overshown in a ramp up period on the field is still your best linebacker.
Probably.
Yeah.
Which means that when we say things like help is on the way, we're not implying that he's the end all be all to get you from 32nd to first. We're simply saying that objectively speaking, he makes your defense better. And the fact that he plays in the heart of the defense, that matters that much more.
I want to stick with the linebackers here because as we're previewing the Dallas defense against the Washington offense, I kind of want to go level by level here. Defensive line, linebackers, secondary. What would be your A through F grade for each one of those units?
To date?
To date. 6 weeks into the year. Because let's start with the linebackers since we were just talking about DeMarvion Overshown.
Okay.
Linebackers, we've of course had the criticism of Jack Sanborn and the way that he's played. I've defended Kenneth Murray a couple times on this show. He had an awful game against Carolina.
He looked
Awful.
Lost.
He was bad against Carolina. And that's not to say he's a bad linebacker. I really don't think he
game.
is, but he had a bad game.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Just like Maris Leofau has had a couple of bad games in a row.
Misdirection got him.
The defense was out
different
physicaled in
things.
every aspect.
Yes.
In every aspect, on every level.
Plain and simple.
This week, as we get ready to talk about their offense, if misdirection got you last week,
It's going to get you this
oh
week.
my Lord.
Cliff Kingsbury is coming. Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
And then speaking of the defensive line, Kenny Clark probably had his worst game as a Dallas
Definitely
Cowboy.
his worst game.
And a game that you do not expect out of a guy like Kenny Clark because of how well he's played up until this point. But like I said, they were
Osa
just
didn't play
I was gonna
well.
say, same is true
Solomon
of
didn't
Osa,
play well.
so, yeah.
out physicaled on every level.
But 6 weeks
was
into
it
the
not
year,
playing well, or was it they just got beat up?
they just got beat up.
I think the answer,
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's
yes, both things
yeah.
happened. The reason you didn't play well is because you got beat up.
I had a conversation.
Were you
got,
outmanned?
you got pushed around.
I had a conversation with a staff member yesterday about some of the conversations on the sideline. That was the message being shown by the defensive staff throughout was we are not playing our brand of football. We are not having
You're getting punked.
You're getting punked is a great way to put it.
Yeah.
They didn't say that specifically, but they were saying
No, that's what they
we're
said.
being out physicaled.
Yeah.
We're being pushed around.
That's the
this is not our
translation.
brand of football. This is not the standard.
No.
And that was what the staff as a whole on the defensive side was saying. They were the ones that were trying to bring accountability. There's also in the eyes of who I was talking to, there's maybe a lack of leadership from a player standpoint on the defense, which we've talked about before.
Yeah.
We've had that conversation. Who are your leaders on your defensive side of the ball? I'm waiting.
I'll give you Osa.
Maybe, but he's not a vocal leader.
Kenny Clark.
Oh,
Kenny Clark.
Kenny Clark is brand new.
So vocal leaders. And Kenny also doesn't do a lot of
Demo's your guy.
Demo might be your guy, and he's not available right now. But that's the point: is when the staff is saying,
But did you have one?
things across the board? No, that's,
Even prior to the trade, you didn't have one.
no, probably not.
You had two of them last year,
Well, you expected Micah to be that, but he never was
Jay?
going.
and those
to
were
be
gone.
Yeah, Michael wasn't a vocal
No,
leader. Right?
He was
J.
never
Lou.
going
J.
to
Lou.
Oh, it was J. Lou.
Jay
Lou.
Lou, DeMarcus Lawrence.
that. D-Law could be,
I'll
but
give you
even
that,
D-Law wasn't available for the majority of last year, anyways.
But
So-
you've had leaders on the defense before, and now that you have a basically new look
Well,
defense,
I'll give you one who's trying to be Wanye.
Wanye Thomas?
Wanye's, Wanye is most certainly a vocal.
see that.
I don't know that he
doesn't have the snaps,
right,
and he doesn't have the
snaps
schemes on the wall.
Exactly.
He doesn't have that.
That would be the only reason that you kind of hesitate putting that leadership thing on him. But however, he's vocal. He's getting the starts now. Yeah. He's playing well in his starts. I could see him stepping into that role to answer.
And no matter what the status of leadership is on the defensive side of the football, having guys like that are accountable and that are at least trying to keep the other guys within grasp accountable as well, that's what you need to start building in the right direction.
And what we're referring to before we hop onto the other stuff is when you're getting beat up, when you're getting punked, call it what it is, right? I'm a black and white dude. Like, tell me straight up. Don't, we're not playing our brand. No, you're getting punked, okay?
You got your chain snatched.
That man
phone check,
taking your chain and running you off the ball.
Phone check.
Like,
my grandmama give you that chain.
It's a physical game, right? This is a man versus man game. Like, you have individual battles, and nobody wants to hear that you're losing your battle to another man. Like, it's just, so you call a spade when you're getting your butt kicked. So they were getting their butt kicked.
Yeah.
So when you're having that happen, because it does happen, there has to be somebody who vocally steps up, physically, executing wise.
Yeah, you need to step up.
You got to do that. You can't just talk about it, right? I get on my daughter about that all the time, where things aren't going well. And she's like, yeah, you guys got to pick it up. I'm like, hey, you pick it up first before you say anything.
Right.
Lead by example.
Exactly. Lead by example, and then you can speak on it, right? So you can't just do one or the other. But you need somebody to call a spade in that moment, outside of coaches, and be like, yeah, nah, this is not about to go down like this, right? And you have to change it. You have to change it, bro. And there's going to be times. There was times back in the day when I not here in Dallas, but when I was playing quarterback and I had that leadership role where we were getting our butts kicked, and I'm like, hey, if y'all ain't gonna do it, bet I'll do it.
Yeah.
And you just straight up like, all right, you want to keep getting beat up? You go ahead and get beat up. I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You take over.
Full Thanos.
But doesn't
I'll do it myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't it feel, though, in a lot of instances, that's what's also getting us into trouble, too, where it's like you have guys that are trying to step up in those things that are getting out of position and trying to make the play.
It happens. You're right.
Like getting out of their own assignment.
Absolutely, especially defensively.
And
absolutely.
overplay. And honestly, man, a performance like that against the Panthers, you can't blame that on Matt Eberflus. Like, I really don't think so. I don't think what he was doing as far as zone defense and everything to put those players into position to make plays, I don't think that was necessarily the fault. It was guys trying to clean up and make the play and trying to lead by example by making the big play.
This was not a scheme thing. This pass game was not scheme. You didn't get beat by your scheme.
No.
In weeks prior to that, I would definitely say, Eberflus,
yes.
Not even just a scheme, but like the players within the scheme were, I don't know what the heck they were doing sometimes, right? So I don't even know if it was just, that's why I've been hesitant to say that it's Eberflus's fault, right? I mean, like, these are basic things that these guys are being asked to do, and some of these guys
faults in there.
They're on the 32nd ranked defense. There's fault across the board.
Sure, across the board.
It's not one source.
Absolutely. Everybody has to take responsibility. But like, we're talking about pro athletes being asked to play basic coverages, and they just start seeing ghosts and running around with their head cut off. So like, there's certain things that are just going that are inexplicable, which is why those individuals are no longer playing.
And when you think about it, okay, and look at the issues that you had last season with Mike Zimmer's defense when they were trying to acclimate to that. One of the things that Jordan Lewis, former Cowboy, said going into, I think it was like week 8 or 9 when we're just struggling on defense, the details. It's all about the details.
He said it like 5 weeks in a row because it was an issue.
And it's the personnel hasn't necessarily changed in the secondary. I mean, aside from a few guys, so you're just having those issues yet again. It's frustrating.
It is frustrating, and I thought Robert in the comments said still feeling coy across the board. Defense has to change. Plus, players must buckle up and stop being punked before and during the game, which is absolutely true.
You have to do what?
Buckle up. But it's absolutely true. I agree with Robert. It has to change. There has to be a movement in the right direction because you aren't going any direction except for backwards right now. And I've got a stat to prove that. When we come back, we're also going to have a little bit of lab coat this week. What you got working?
You know what's so perfect about this week's lab coat is it's focused completely on the Cowboys defense.
Oh,
and for the Talkin Cowboys family that have tuned in each day this week and a little bit last week, it'll sound familiar to you because there was a hot topic that we debated here that I parlayed into my science lab.
Hot topic.
Stats and lab coat when we come back with more Talkin Cowboys right after this.
I'm home.
Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you...
Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow.
Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service, guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
If you're looking for fresh American roasted coffee that gives back, you need to head to your local grocery store and pick up a bag of Black Rifle coffee. That's right, America's coffee is now available in the coffee aisle of a grocery store near you. Black Rifle Coffee Company is veteran-founded with a mission to give back to those brave men and women who have served our nation. Every bag, box, or can you purchase helps support that mission. Head to your local grocery store and roast yourself some Black Rifle coffee today.
Every day begins with a promise to work hard and to build a future. That's why we're here, providing the tools, expertise, and John Deere equipment you have relied on for generations to help you get the job done right. We're with you. That's our promise to you, because no matter the project or the challenge you're facing,
we're with you. We're united.
How's it going? You see that Cowboys game?
Oh, I watched. Been seeing some good things.
Totally. They have some talent.
Yup, some great talent.
And they got some fight.
Hoping this is the year.
Me too. Oh, I'm Cody, by the way.
I'm Travis.
Nice to meet you, Travis. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys!
Make a new friend based solely on their shirt choice. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
Back here on Talkin' Cowboys, this segment is brought to you by Invisalign, the official smile of the Dallas Cowboys. Back with Patrik Walker, Josh Rodriguez, Isaiah Stanback.
We're all jacked up on Black Rifle.
Yes, we are. Black Rifle, by the way, calling all Cowboys fans, 10% off your total purchase, your entire purchase on game days when you wear Cowboys gear. Oh, doesn't have to be anything special. It could be a Cowboys hat. It could be a Cowboys shirt. Could be a jersey. You could go full fandom and wear like the wrestler outfit and the shoulder pads.
Heck yeah.
Go full super cowboy on that thing. It doesn't matter.
What about one of those Talking Cowboy shirts that somebody made for us? No.
Yeah, you can wear that.
You wear that.
Yeah, they count.
You might get 20% off. That.
Hey.
55% off now. Black Travel. No.
Yeah, we need to talk to them about giving Talking Cowboys listeners 25% off. Like, we need to talk to that. It's not a thing yet, so don't go demand your Black Rifle.
But definitely get your 10% off of the Black Rifle by wearing your gear. But like, who's going to be the one in our family,
Family.
who's gonna provide us some apparel this year? Last year we had a couple people provide us some.
You know what I need
shirts.
is a hoodie.
I don't like asking.
Well,
people.
first you need
no, because we have some very creative people, and now this AI thing is in place, and like I would imagine that the creativity level is probably taken up to the 10th power.
What I need is a hoodie for Talking Cowboys. Just something simple. Just the logo right here.
Still not cold yet, so
It's 3.
What's 3? Oh.
We're talking about it later.
Oh, okay, I got it. I need the hoodie.
Close call.
Or hat. Or
I'm a hoodie guy myself.
Sunglasses
I am a
with the
hoodie.
logo on it. I don't know.
I had to get used to the hoodie with the long hair because I was like, how do you? Because you can't pull it over, but then you can't wear the locks inside the hoodie because that's uncomfortable.
I have the same problem.
You're a hoodie guy?
I am such a hoodie guy. Yeah. I got in trouble for wearing too many hoodies.
You did.
In the building. I got called into the principal's office for wearing too many hoodies.
Yeah,
it said stop wearing hoodies.
There are too many hoodies, dude.
And then I keep it at my desk, and I put the hoodie on while I'm at my desk. And then if I have to go to the bathroom or go grab food or go grab whatever, I take it off and keep walking.
I have to do that with hoodie.
We got an HR reminder because of K1.
Yeah, it was all because of me. It really was.
KY and his hoodie.
All right. Black Rifle Coffee, appreciate you as always. It's time for a little bit of lab coat.
Bring me in, Beamer.
Yes, science!
All right, so last week, or it might have been earlier this week, my days are starting to run together because we're in the middle of the season, and that's how it goes. You can just leave them be, man. Just leave them be. All right. There was a great conversation, hotly debated between myself, Kyle, and one Tommy Yarish. Do NFL teams, now this was Tommy's point. Tommy's point was that NFL teams require both an elite offense and elite defense.
Which is a fair point.
To become a Super Bowl champion. That is a fair point. And my counter argument was that while that is ideal and that is the goal of every one of the 32 NFL teams, history doesn't bear that out to be true.
What?
Okay. So I went back curiously, and this is going to be in Science Lab. I'll break it down fully on
Curious is spelled with a K, by the way.
I like that right here. You can't see me. So Josh Rodriguez and all of his greatness.
You can't see me. That's really good.
Exactly. We'll have Science Lab up on DallasCowboys.com this morning, so make sure you check this out. That being said, I went back and looked at every single Super Bowl winner since the turn of the century. Okay, the last 25 Super Bowl winners.
Wow.
And I looked at their offensive rankings and defensive rankings based on points per game.
Okay.
I was curious to see how many of those 25 teams were able to brag about having an elite defense and an elite offense. Now, how do I define elite?
Elite.
Middle of the road, man.
Okay, I define elite as top 5.
That's fair.
Okay? If you're top 10,
you're good.
You're really good.
Yeah.
Top 5 is you're in a different air.
Different company, yeah.
Of the past 25 Super Bowl champions, only 3. Wow. Only 3 Super Bowl champions in the past quarter century.
Who are those?
Have had an elite defense and an elite offense. One comes by way of, I got my list in front of me. We got the Eagles when they won Super Bowl 52. They had the 3rd best offense and the 4th best defense. Okay. Back to back here, because Super Bowl 51, the one previous, were the New England Patriots. Their offense was ranked 3rd. Defense was ranked 1st in the league. Okay. And we have only one more, which will be, come on with it, don't hide. The Patriots, again, Super Bowl 39, 4th best offense, 2nd best defense. Other than that, you're seeing a healthy mix.
If you need it.
Oh yeah, because you see me scrolling. See, webmaster. So you have 3, only 3. Everyone else, you're seeing things like the 1st ranked offense, the 16th ranked defense. That was the Super Bowl 57 winners, the Kansas City Chiefs. And then I know some people are going to say, well, no, see, what about the Eagles? They had the 7th best. First of all, I said top 5 is elite, but I'll play this game with you. 7th best offense last year when they won, but they had the 2nd best defense. But then when you put
they were close.
When you put it in the microcosm of what happened in the game, though, of the 40 points that the Eagles scored, because you could look at it and say, oh, well, yeah, because they dropped 40 on the Chiefs. Okay, well, a pick 6 from Cooper DeJean. You had 12 of those 40 points put up by Jake Elliott, your kicker. And the 3 touchdowns that Jalen Hurts were responsible for, a 1-yard rushing touchdown, a 12-yard passing touchdown, and the only chunk play for the offense, as far as touchdowns are concerned, was a 46-yard touchdown to Devontae Smith. They were not world beaters in that particular game. However, they controlled the clock 38 minutes. 38 minutes that they kept Patrick Mahomes off the field. And when he was on the field, 6 sacks and 26 pressures.
So they were elite when they needed to be.
That is correct.
Yeah.
So my point being, would you love to have an elite offense and an elite defense at the same time? Absolutely. That goes without saying. Shouldn't have to say it, but sure, I'll say it. Okay. But realistically speaking, far more often than not, especially in the salary cap era, you need one to be elite and the other to be better than average-ish. That's what you need. If you can do that, there are so many teams in this championship list that's on Science Lab that drops on DallasCowboys.com that you'll be able to say, well, the offense was mid, the defense was elite. The offense was elite, the defense was mid. You just need somebody to be one of those sides of the ball to be better than worst.
Man, I wish this defense was mid.
Yeah, I would love that.
I would love if they were just
Science Lab coming this morning.
That would be great. The unfortunate part of it is that they are not mid right now, and that's where this defensive preview comes into fold.
Ultra Cowboy said Patrick does his research in Spider-Man gear. Can neither confirm nor deny. No, what's the Rock's on Shaft? He was like, no comment, but yes.
Cowboys are the 6th team in NFL history to give up 175 points and had 2 or fewer wins in their first 6 games.
NGB.
That is not good.
You want to know what happened to the rest of those teams that happened along the way? The 5 previous teams that did this?
You're going to make us you're going to make us coy again.
Yeah, it's going to happen. It happened twice in 1961. The Oilers and the Patriots. Patriots missed the playoffs. The Oilers actually won the AFL championship. Yeah, back in 1961. Everybody remembers those
there you go.
Houston Oiler teams.
What about those Jeffersons?
Not so fast.
What about the Rochester Jeffersons?
No, they never achieved this. The 2016 Saints, the 2012 Saints, and the 1985 Bengals were the 3 previous teams to achieve this feat. They all finished with the same record: 7 wins, 9 losses, and they all missed the playoffs.
I'll add to this, and I'll leave you.
You're gonna raise them, huh?
If you want to know why the Cowboys are below 500, Cowboys offense is scoring an average of 29.7 points per game. Their defense is allowing an average of 30.7 points per game.
That doesn't seem good.
Math is
the math is the math.
The math is not math.
Math is the math. So yeah, unfortunately, the offense has to play perfect. And is that fair? No, it's not fair to them to not be able to make a single mistake. But until the defense at least ratchets it up 2 or 3 more notches, then the Cowboys offense will have to do so. And that's why it's that much more meaningful that CeeDee Lamb and Kevontae Turpin are back in them folks.
What's sad is you can't bank on a stop on defense. Just a single one.
Period.
You just hope the clock runs.
So you got to score a touchdown almost every time you go down the field.
Oh, man.
So let's talk about how they match up against this Washington offense. Washington gets Jaden Daniels back last week. They fall against the Bears. 3-3. This is a hungry Commanders team. It was a crazy game.
Can we get an update on their health?
Terry McLaurin was back in practice. He was limited with a quad. They're pretty healthy for the most part. I mean, they've got, let me see.
Debo, McLaurin, Noah Brown, all those guys have been injured as of late.
While you guys are looking at a real quick answer for who asked this question.
None of them are on the injury report, so unless they're on IR.
They only have our injury report on their website.
Oh, their injury report is, I've got it right here.
Okay.
I can't find
Dorrance was DNP with a hamstring. Dorrance Armstrong. Zach Ertz, there was a lot of rested guys. Drake Jackson was there with a knee. Chris Rodriguez, a running back, was out with a calf. Terry McLaurin was limited with a quad. Sam Cosney was full with a knee. Jaden Daniels full with a knee. And then Jonathan Jones full with a hamstring.
Debo didn't practice yesterday, but he's not on the practice report, just letting you know that. He has a heel injury.
He's been beat up.
Is he on the IR list?
No, he's not.
Then why was he not on the practice report?
That's a good question there, Kyle.
Report him.
Snitch.
Yeah, like I'm sorry. That's my question. It's like, if he's not on a list, why is he not on the app?
We had a beat reporter for the Washington Commanders on, and he said he did not practice yesterday.
We'll see what he say. If I don't get my cut before today, I'm telling.
Real
I
quick
guarantee
answer
he's
to,
on there today, though.
Someone had a science lab coat question. They asked, when was the last team that won, or which of those teams in the last 25 years have had a defense ranked 30th or below? 0. And that's to my point. You need to have a defense that ranks at least averages. But I will say, more specifically, the Giants, who won Super Bowl 46, had the 9th ranked offense. They had a 25th ranked defense.
Hold on, really quick. I just a side tangent, really quickly.
Side tangent.
Yes or no? Do the Cowboys have the personnel to be a mid-ranked defense
When healthy? When healthy, yes. They can
as is.
I think they can be mid when healthy.
I could see them like low 20s, but not any
low 20s with some takeaways.
I'd be fine.
Might get you,
but you haven't been able to get takeaways.
I am going to say
you got one player with an interception, and his name is Donovan Wilson, and he's the first safety since 2016 to have multiple.
You're making my point.
Interceptions in the first 6 games. The last guy to do that was Barry Church, and he's on our freaking podcast.
You're making my point.
You need more interceptions. You need more takeaways.
You can't be bad at everything. You got to be good at something.
Yes, Isaiah.
This is a man defense.
And they're playing zone.
I'm going to run it back. I'm just going to say
Please.
Rewind. Majority of the contributors on defense were Dan Quinn guys. As we now know, and we're about to find out, for those who do not know, Dan Quinn plays man. Primarily. These guys want to play man. They want to get in your face. They want to jam you up. They want to put hands on you. They want to stay in your hip pocket and be lent in your pocket. Deron Bland, Trayvon Diggs, when these guys were doing the things that got them the contracts that they now have, what coverage were they playing?
There's a man.
Man.
And they were taking the ball away a lot, too.
That's what, I mean, did you have quarterback pressure? Absolutely, you had quarterback pressure. But this is and that's what I'm hoping to see Coach Eberflus change, because right now he's saying, okay, this is my system, fit in my system.
Yeah, figure it out.
And through the first 6 weeks, you're realizing that's not working so great.
No.
Matt Eberflus, regardless of the fact that it is a good scheme, schematically it should work, it's not working for these guys.
Yes.
So are you malleable in the sense that you can now change and say, okay, this is what I want to do, but it's not working. Okay, how else can we get to this occasionally while doing the things that they exceed at?
I just had a flashback to 2020. I just had a flashback to Isaiah having the same conversation about a guy named Mike Nolan in 2020 on this very show.
And then you got Dan Quinn in Pepperidge Farm, remember?
But seriously, that is what guys who are no longer here.
I like the Isaiah that takes breaths between.
Seriously, the guys who are no longer here are exceeding elsewhere. Why? They're being asked to do the things that they were doing well here.
Correct.
Yeah.
Jay Lou
Correct.
is playing man down in Jacksonville.
Correct.
Nashawn Wright
Correct.
is playing man in Chicago. And he has multiple interceptions and recoveries. This is a man. The personnel, their skill set is man. That's not to say that they can't play zone. That'd be dumb for me to sit up here and say they can't play zone. You can. But there's many ways that you can get to zones while selling man. And you can get pressures and get more turnovers when you allow your dogs to go eat, and these receivers can't just run for the first 8 yards without being touched.
Yeah.
Because after 5 yards, I don't know if you guys know this, after 5 yards, it's illegal.
You can't touch them.
It's illegal to bump these guys off their mark.
That is correct.
So if I'm giving you 5 yards to run your route,
And I can't touch you.
I can't touch you.
For the fans at
You
home,
can't disrupt your
Until
time.
you get the ball.
Yeah.
for the fans at home, what Isaiah is saying is he desperately wants man.
Yes.
Keep the man buns coming, he said.
Very true.
Listen,
Very true.
I would much rather see
Saying
us
it since camp.
like dead serious. I would much rather us, if we're going to lose on defense,
Lose doing what you're good at.
Lose doing what
That
you're
I agree.
Like and be able to look at this guy and be like, you got beat.
Yeah. I agree with that 100%.
That guy across from you beat you.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it?
You can't leave it up to the scheme.
Not sitting back 7 yards off and then, oh no, I had two guys that ran into my zone. I chose the wrong one. No, take that element out.
I'm with you.
I'm serious. Like I'm
No,
really,
seriously, I'm with you.
really
I'm with you.
hopeful that Matt Eberflus is like, you know what? They're tired of what I'm doing. Bet. Here we go. Let's try it your way.
Yeah.
It's slowly
If only the players were vocal about their desire to play man.
like a Trayvon Diggs, for example. I will say, since Trayvon made that statement about bringing that up to Matt Eberflus, they've increased the amount of man that they play.
Have they?
They did. It's gone up over the past couple of weeks.
Okay.
Now, is it where
Enough.
Isaiah wants it to be, which is where I would also like to see it be? No.
I have a stat for you. The Cowboys defense has deployed zone coverage on 158 of 164 dropbacks faced on early downs this season, resulting in the highest rate in the NFL, 96.3%.
Just basically daring other teams to create third and short.
They have been more
daring you to.
They've been more willing to use man coverage on third down, though. Their rate at 27.4% still ranks the fourth lowest in the NFL.
And how good have they been on third down throughout the year?
Not good, Bob.
Not great. All right, we got to take our second break. When we come back, we continue our defensive preview against the Washington offense. Jaden Daniels has been playing a high brand of football since he returned. How much can he have an impact going into this matchup? When we come back with more right after this.
Get you some.
How's it going? You see that Cowboys game?
Oh, I watched. Been seeing some good things.
Totally. They have some talent.
Yup, some great talent.
And they got some fight.
Hoping this is the year.
Me too. Oh, I'm Cody, by the way.
I'm Travis.
Nice to meet you, Travis. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys!
Make a new friend based solely on their shirt choice. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation.
If you shout, "How about them Cowboys?" you have that undeniable passion that's the heart of Cowboys Nation. And if you like to drink Dr. Pepper, you love the unique blend of its 23 flavors. Together, your one-of-a-kind fandom paired with the one-of-a-kind taste of a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper is the game day lineup that can't be beat. Better yet, gather your Cowboys and Dr. Pepper fan friends to watch the next game and crack open a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper for everyone. The wins will be even tastier. It's a pepper thing.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
I'm home. Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you... Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow. Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service, guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
Back here on Talking Cowboys, presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company, the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys. Woo! Cheers to our family.
Get you some.
Patrik Walker, Josh Rodriguez, Isaiah Stanback.
Always do that.
Chris Meem in the back. I'm Kyle Youmans. I just go through it and I point before I actually say the name, and then I work through it. But
he always confuses me. I always think I'm Josh.
I didn't. I'm just pointing.
Rodriguez.
That's all.
We're twins.
Yeah, you are. You look
I'm
just
Josh
alike.
Adamas.
Josh Stradamus.
When is he making a comeback?
Tomorrow.
Every Friday.
Yeah.
We need to get you a crystal ball.
We got get your popcorn
Ponder
ready
my
tomorrow.
over here.
We need to get you a crystal ball.
Yeah, I'm down.
Those are expensive. I don't know.
I didn't have a good picks this week, though.
No,
He wasn't
I
here
didn't
last
either,
week.
bro. I think I lost almost every one.
All right.
I don't even want to look at mine.
Cowboys
Except for the Seahawks.
defense versus the Washington offense. What does Washington do best on the offensive side of the football?
What does Washington do best?
Keep you guessing.
What's that?
They are varied in their looks in terms of motions, pre-snaps, shifts. You can't even just track. A lot of times, linebackers, as we're talking about these linebackers, you identify what the offensive linemen are doing, right? So you track linemen. Even if you can't see the ball, a lot of times as linebackers, which Kenneth Murray ran into this last week, you track linemen, right? So if I'm looking at the running back and I see the left guard pulling, well, naturally, I'm going to go to the right in the direction of the left guard. That doesn't work necessarily against the Commanders because they will literally send the play the opposite direction. They do a lot of misdirection with their personnel in terms of receivers, in terms of running backs. Quarterback runs a lot of zone read in terms of that is their running game is the zone read. And if those that don't know what the zone read is, it's an option where I can hand the ball off to the running back and he can go to a zone, or I can keep it and I can now go outside of the defensive end if the DN pinches, and I can now run the ball, i.e. with Jaden Daniels. They are running screens off of that as well. So they have a lot of different options on every play. They have a run option, they have a screen option, and then an option for Jaden Daniels to run. In their passing game, they do a lot of things where he's holding the ball this year. That's why I don't think he's been as effective. He's holding the ball a lot more than he was last year.
See, yeah, when I teased going into break, I said he's played well since coming back from injury, and you went,
yeah.
Give me the coy Isaiah.
Yeah, I did.
I do have some stats to back up what I'm saying. Daniels, 110 passer rating since returning from injury. He missed weeks 3 and 4. He's been back for 5 and 6. Prior to the injury, it was only 91.
Yep.
And you're going up against the Cowboys defense that has allowed a 117 passer rating to every quarterback they've faced so far, which is the worst stat since they started keeping passer rating as an official stat in the NFL. And the Dallas defense has been the worst at it out of all of them.
And if we're still on the topic of what Washington does best, I think it's like the exotic route trees that they're running. They're running a lot of crossers. They're getting guys out in space. They're very Kellen Moore-esque with the way that they try to spread the ball around and spread their receivers around the field. If you're the Dallas Cowboys, the one thing that you want to be able to do is rush the passer.
Yeah, another thing you're going to run into, another issue you're going to run into.
Pressure?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing.
If you want to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's the thing. laughing face emoji. So there are many things that the Commanders do well, but can be neutralized if you have a sufficient defense. But as we have this conversation, this defense has only proven to be sufficient twice. I'll give them that against the Eagles as well. Sure. So 2 times through the first 6 games, and the math is math. That means more often than not, you're not playing good football. So what you need to keep in mind is not only Terry McLaurin, not only Krosky Merritt, because they're still running the ball effectively without Austin Eckler. Okay, Jayden Daniels can extend plays. He would love to break contain. He would love to rack up some rushing yards and just keep you guessing. Is he going to cross the line of scrimmage, or is he going to keep his eyes downfield and find a guy like McLaurin? I say all that to say, keep an eye on Zach Ertz in this game. Your linebackers are struggling in coverage, and this could very well be a game where everybody's eyeing, Krosky Merritt, and everybody's eyeing Jayden Daniels, and everybody's eyeing Terry McLaurin, and Zach Ertz sneaks behind you and gets 2-3 touchdowns on you.
No.
So keep an eye on Zach Ertz, because when you're talking about wily veterans who are still capable of playing at a high level, he is that guy. And then of course, he's kind of made a career of making things difficult for the Dallas Cowboys. Yep. So he has that added motivation whenever he sees the star lining up against him. So keep an eye on that Zach guy. And I don't mean Lisa Turtle's best friend.
So you're telling me that their tight end has had success against the Cowboys, no matter who is the defensive coordinator.
No matter what age.
No matter what age he is, whatever. They have wide receivers that are running crisp and clean and elaborate routes. And
exotic, if you will.
Prior to the snap, there are a lot of misdirection and a lot of motions that are going to really challenge your team to be gap disciplined and be able to know where they're going.
You just have to have good communication, buddy.
So ultimately, it's all playing back to communication. That's going to do it for us here on Talkin Cowboys.
Can you hear me now?
No. That's the thing is this team can't communicate on the defensive side of the football.
Oh,
they've proven it.
C word?
All of those things, it's not that C word. If all of those things can't happen, then boom. You've got a bad matchup. It's ultimately what you guys are telling me.
Use that C word, Kyle.
And what we've talked about yesterday in our offensive preview is the one thing that you can't do is give the ball back to the Commanders. You have to be able to control the ball all game long.
Consistently.
The
38 minutes that Patrik
take up as much time
minutes.
as humanly possible.
38 minutes.
Delay of game every play.
Control time of possession.
10-second runoff.
Win the takeaway margin by at least +1. At least +2 would be ideal. But
even Shoddy said he was like, man, I was disappointed that we won the turnover battle on Sunday, but we lost the game. It's like, yeah, that's kind of how bad the team played.
You can't be bad at everything.
Because of what Kingsbury does offensively. But we're about to get out of here. I think this is probably the most challenging communication-wise matchup that Dallas has had.
100%.
Not personnel-wise.
A scheme standpoint.
From a scheme standpoint, because they don't have to push the ball down the field. They don't have to just turn around and hand the ball off. They have a quarterback who can run and who is – they literally scheme him to run. They have a running back who is explosive and was it Jacoby with a Crosby Merritt?
Yeah.
He's explosive. I like him a lot. The ball can get out to Deebo Samuels at the line of scrimmage. Scary Terry, I don't think that he's going to be fully healthy. I truly don't.
Still a threat.
He's trying to work.
Still a threat.
Against the defense,
But they can. This is a team that is perfectly. You can go back to last year. This is a team who was perfectly okay taking these high precision passes, these little closer line of scrimmage plays, and working their way down the field.
Yep.
Like they're good with that. They're patient with that, and they have a quarterback who doesn't make a lot of mistakes. This is going to be challenging.
What we're saying is it's a good thing CD is likely back because
got a shootout.
Our offense might need to score 47.
Shootout.
Yeah. Maybe 48.
Maybe.
Depending on the game.
Maybe.
All right, that does actually do it for us here on Talkin Cowboys.
Do it now.
Enjoyed our last 45 minutes or so. We'll be back tomorrow with a Say It With Your Chest Friday.
Oh, yes.
We will certainly be doing that.
You should be here.
Get your popcorn ready. Josh's segment is tomorrow. We'll also have our stat of the week as well. For Patrik Walker, Josh Rodriguez, Isaiah Stanback, Chris Beam in the back, I'm Kyle Youmans saying so long from Talkin Cowboys. We'll see you tomorrow for a Say It With Your Chest Friday.
A new era.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?